What are the best swim jigs? What's one characteristics that the best swim jigs have? And if yours doesn't, how can you make it that way? Good morning, guys and girls. July 3, reading our daily devotion from a Catch a Better Life book by Jimmy Houston. We also have a channel on YouTube called Catch a Better Life by Jimmy Houston. Also, we read these every day on Facebook. We post all of those at 5 o'clock in the morning. If you're not subscribed to the Catch a Better Life channel, go over there and subscribe right now. Or watch these on Facebook under Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters. Proverbs 25:28. I heard a fish break back there behind me. Proverbs 25:28 says, whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down without any walls. So it's not protected at all. Whoever has no rule over his own spirit. What is meant by this right here today? What are they talking about? Here's what I wrote about in my Catch a Better Life book. Swimming a jig is all about control. You need to be able to swim that jig at just the right depth and just the right speed to entice a bass to bite it. One trick is to really pay attention to both the contour on the bank above the water that you can see and your fish finder, which is looking under the water, which you can't see with your eyes. If you use a forward-looking transducer like I do, a Garmin LiveScope, it makes swimming a jig that much easier and much more productive, and you'll be able to control it a whole lot better. The reason being, you could actually turn your LiveScope over there. I use a ride height that I've got my LiveScope transducer mounted on, and I turn it over and put it ahead if I'm fishing down a bank and watch where I'm throwing. I turn it in the direction I'm going to throw and then throw my bait over there where I can actually see my bait, my swim jig. It's an underwater bait coming down back to the boat. Today's proverb is all about controlling our spirit. The spirit of life that we have inside of us, how we act in everyday life situations. Today's verse about us controlling how we act in everyday life situations. When we can't control our tempers, when we can't control our language or even our thinking, we have no protection against evil. We have no protection against the devil. Can I tell you, the devil is after you every single day. And one of the ways that he tempts you into letting your guard down is by tempting you to get mad, tempting you to say some bad things about or to somebody, tempting you to do things that you would not normally do, tempting you to think bad thoughts. We're tempted more easily to say or do something that we'll later regret when we don't have that protection. To be successful, here's the most important part. To be successful, to be happy, to be someone others want to be around, can I tell you, we must control our spirits. And I believe wholeheartedly that God will totally honor us for that. God will honor us for controlling our spirits. You know why he does that? Because we're obeying him. He is obeying him. He wants us to control our spirits. Here's our tip for today. The best swim jigs, the very best swim jigs that I have in my tackle box that you have in yours, have little or no weed guards. That's right, weed guards. Fish them very carefully around brush, because if you have very few strands in your weed guard, it's going to get hung up worse. But you're going to hook way, way, way more fish. Your swim jig is going to have a little bit better action, and it's just the way to do it. One of the tricks that Tommy Monsours does to his weed jigs that he makes, swim jigs that he makes, is he puts very few strands of weed guard on them. So if you got a swim jig that you've been missing fish on, take some of those strands out of that weed guard. Probably going to create a lot better success. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I sure do.